So, the Indianapolis Colts lost their special teams coordinator, Bubba Ventrone, to the Cleveland Browns today. They're going to have to find someone to replace him. It's not going to be easy. The moment Bubba Ventrone stepped into the building, he had this special bond with the players. He brought a special energy. He just had what it took. He brought it in, and he made the Colts special teams units one of the most respected in the NFL, in the National Football League. And to see him go, it sucks. But at the end of the day, you got to go find someone else. You got to find someone to step up. It's NFL. It's football. It's a business. When someone sees a bigger opportunity in a different place, they're going to go somewhere else. Because if you mess up once or twice or something happens in that place, they're going to ship you off no matter what. So you need to go to a place that's going to give you the best opportunity. I mean, Bubba Ventrone is one that would have messed up, but point is, NFL is a business. He's got to go and find a spot where he's gonna have the most opportunity, where he wants to be, where he can be the best, and and he feels that Cleveland is a place for him. The Colts had the opportunity to block the interview from the Cleveland Browns since it was for the same interview or the same position, but they didn't. They chose not to, and Bubba Ventrone is going off to Cleveland. He's not going very far. It's from one state to the next, literally. But I have some guys here that the Colts are gonna need to that the Colts should look into, that the Colts may be able to replace or try to attempt to bring someone into the caliber of Bubba Ventrone. The emotions that he brought on the sideline, the locker room, the field, wherever he was, he brought emotion. He built bonds with these players. Not many coaches can accomplish and do what he done, what he has done. I don't know why I said dud, but he's a special head coach. He's a very special head coach, and it hurts to see him go. So here are the three candidates that the Colts might be looking into. So Joe Hastings is number one. He is within the building. He's already in the building. He was under Bubba Ventrone. He's special teams. He was an assistant special teams coordinator for 2 years under Bubba. So if you're looking to try and get someone similar to Bubba that has learned the system, that wants to teach the players like Bubba did to get along with them, yeah, it's a totally different person, so it may not, build a bond like Bubba did. That's rare. But Joe Hastings, he's been he's been under Bubba, so maybe he knows a thing or two. He's gonna know a thing or two. He's gonna know how Bubba taught them, all that stuff, drills, all that kind of stuff. So maybe Joe Hastings can bring a similar mentality, a similar coaching experience to the players. Not sure how he's gonna be personality-wise, face-to-face with players in terms of building the bond. That's something we're going to have to learn from him. See how emotional he is on the sideline, how pumped up he gets. It's just exciting what you see from Bubba Ventrone. Joe Hastings, maybe he could bring the same energy. I'm not sure, but I'd be willing to give him a shot considering he was under Bubba Ventrone, who's brought the Colts special teams to one of the most respected in the NFL, to one of the best. So Joe Hastings is number one on the list for me. I know a lot of people don't really like promoting guys within the building. It's just not usually what people like, what fans like. You like to look elsewhere, maybe find something exciting. But at the end of the day, you need to find someone, and you need to find a guy like Joe Hastings. Maybe Joe Hastings is the guy, but you just need to look for guys. And if he's within the building, if you have the utmost confidence on the guy that's already in the building, why not stick with it? He's been, he knows it. He knows what Bubba has done, how he's done it. He knows the system. Why not keep him and try him out to see how they do? So the next one we have here is Keith Burns. He worked with Shane Steichen back with the Chargers, back when they were both with the Chargers. So got a little connection there. He's a former player. He's similar to Joe Hastings, and Bubba Ventrone as being a former wide receiver. Keith Burns, he could come in, and just because he has that connection with Shane Steichen, I can see him maybe coming in, and maybe they want to bring him in and see how he's going to do. I don't see what's wrong with it. Shane Steichen is going to build his staff, so this could be one of them. Another one you have is Joe. I'm going to try to say the name. The third and final candidate is Joe Panunzio. He's assistant special teams coordinator from the Philadelphia Eagles. This is from a Colts website. It was from horsing with the Colts or something. But assistant special teams coordinator from the Philadelphia Eagles. So he's been coaching for quite a long time. Been on all these different coaches everywhere else. And, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring in an older coach to try and keep these younger coaches in check a little bit. Not necessarily in check, just necessarily try to keep their heads above their shoulders and not get too far ahead of themselves. He could come in and be a good special teams coordinator. He's, the Eagles special teams unit was not very good last year. Didn't really like Michael Clay. Michael Clay Vincent. He was the special teams the main special teams coordinator over in Philadelphia. Just didn't really get the job done. That was a big weakness for the Eagles. Special teams, they didn't really stay in their lanes. A lot of discipline issues on special teams for Michael Clay and the special teams, coordinator thing. But for the special teams assistant coordinator, that's what I meant. But Joe has a little bit of a connection with Shane Steichen. He was with them for a little while there, so maybe he built a bond there. So I don't see why you wouldn't want to bring in maybe a more experienced head to see what he could bring to the table. I don't see what would be wrong with that. Usually they find ways to get the players to be disciplined. They're good with coaching players. They have all that experience. I think Joe would be a solid addition, the assistant special teams coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. So those are some of the candidates that the Colts can look at for the special teams coordinator position following Bubba Ventrone leaving. It sucks. It really does, because he brought such a special energy, and he always got a special teams player ready to go and take on an opportunity when they got a starting job. They took advantage of every single opportunity, and they were always excited and passionate and ready to go. The special teams, because Bubba Ventrone, it translates from the coach to the players. It translated from him to them. And now seeing him go, I wonder how the players are going to react. You're going to have to bring someone in, or bring up Joe Hastings, someone that maybe has a similar character to him, and try and keep that bond with the players, because that was so huge. Special teams players were just happy to play for him. They were so pumped up to play for him and play special teams. He's an amazing coach on the sideline, and then at the same time, he's just a phenomenal personality. He knows how to build relationships with players. Cleveland got themselves a heck of a special teams coordinator. They got themselves a heck of a coach. And he doesn't always make an impact on special teams. He does it everywhere. He has such an emotion for whatever happens. So I'm happy for him. A little upset that he left, but at the end of the day, he can't hold any emotional attachment to anyone at all in the NFL. But upset to see you go. At the end of the day, we need to move on. Look for the next guy to step up. Do you guys have someone in mind? Did someone I mentioned here today maybe appeal to you? Is there someone else out there that I didn't mention that appeals to you? What do you guys think? Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you do not miss any future videos. This is it from JDW and Sports Talk Show. Signing off.